The Royal Hawaiian Motel in Baker, California has been abandoned for well over a decade. I do a lot of solo urban exploration and sometimes I go at night. During the day the desert heat there is brutal. Walking around with a backpack and camera would be miserable, so I decided to explore the motel after dark. Getting there was surprisingly easy. I parked on the side of the road and walked over. There wasn't even a fence to climb or security to avoid. Behind the motel was a deep swimming pool completely covered in graffiti. The water was long gone, leaving nothing but cracked concrete and trash. When I shined my flashlight toward the building, I noticed something unsettling. Many of the upstairs sliding doors were either shattered or slightly open. It looked creepy, but honestly that's what you expect from a place that's been abandoned for years. One side of the motel looked like it had partially burned down. Parts of the wall were blackened and sections of the structure had collapsed. It was late at night and there were no cars passing on the road nearby. The only sound was my shoes crunching over broken glass and debris. Then suddenly, I heard a voice. It sounded like a woman somewhere nearby. My heart instantly started racing. When you hear something like that while exploring, the first thing you assume is security or someone who might cause problems. So I quickly stepped into one of the rooms on the ground floor and turned off my flashlight. I waited quietly. After about a minute of silence, I turned the light back on and looked around. The room was covered in graffiti. There was an old dresser with 4 drawers and a filthy mattress lying on the floor. For a moment I wondered if homeless people used the motel as shelter. But the place was so far from civilization that it didn't seem likely. I stepped back outside and continued walking along the building, looking into each of the rooms on the ground floor. Most of them looked exactly the same. Broken furniture, graffiti, dust everywhere. Then I heard something above me. A loud crashing sound, like something had fallen over upstairs. My heart skipped a beat. I stepped outside and pointed my flashlight up toward the walkway above. Several sliding doors were broken and hanging open. Part of me thought maybe it was just an animal. But there's always the chance that someone else is inside a place like that. Another explorer, or someone living there, so I decided to go upstairs. As I walked along the second floor walkway, I looked into every room I passed. Each one was filled with debris, broken furniture, and old mattresses. Then I heard a sound. A slow banging noise. Thump. 2 seconds. Thump. 2 seconds. Thump. Someone was definitely in there. I slowly approached the room the sound was coming from. But just as I got close, the banging stopped. That's when I realized something. Whoever was inside probably heard my footsteps. I quietly called out and said that I was just exploring and meant no harm. Then I leaned into the doorway with my flashlight turned off. The room was almost completely dark, but I'm pretty sure I saw the outline of someone standing near the back wall. The smell coming from the room was awful. It smelled like feces. I pulled my head back and turned on my flashlight again, making sure not to point it directly into the room at first. I aimed it at the floor, then slowly raised the light. That's when I saw 2 pale bare feet rushing toward me. My body reacted instantly. I lifted the light higher and saw a woman running straight at me. Her forehead was covered in blood. Her mouth was hanging open with some kind of yellow substance around it. It looked like something straight out of a nightmare. I ran. As I sprinted down the walkway I heard her screaming behind me. And the worst part was, the screaming didn't sound like it was getting farther away. She was chasing me. I ran down the stairs and across the parking lot toward my car. I didn't stop running until I reached it. When I finally got inside, my hands were shaking. I called my friend George, who also does urban exploration, and told him what had just happened. After thinking about it, we came to a disturbing conclusion. The thumping sound I heard earlier was probably her smashing her head against the wall, which would explain the blood on her forehead. I eventually called the police non-emergency line and reported a dangerous woman in the abandoned motel. But I didn't say I was the one who saw her. To this day I have no idea what happened to her. But in all my years of exploring abandoned places, I've never experienced anything like that again.